Felt a sense of it has been my club for a long time and always will be. I can take some happiness from players like Mason and players like Reece. Thiago Silva sent me a beautiful message after the game, sort of saying thanks for bringing me to the club and this happened. Yeah. When it settles, you can absolutely look at that with a much more positive eye than the football side can sometimes take you.
Yeah.
And you go back to somebody that's been patently unsuccessful in 2 incarnations. Frank Lampard wasn't successful at Chelsea. He had a decent first season, lost the FA Cup final that they perhaps should have won, got his head. The myth was that they didn't get any players in. Well, they had a pretty strong squad anyway, and they've signed Pulisic and paid for him during that transfer embargo. And you then get to the second season, and it wasn't good enough. And it wasn't good enough in terms of the performance of the team, the style of their play, and the outcomes they were getting. So he got fired for perfectly reasonable reasons. At the time, I felt it was a little unkind because he'd been given a brief with the fact that he'd been given younger players. But the more you look into it post the event, the less impressive it became. He went to Everton, and they stayed up because there were 3 worse sides than them in the division, not because of wonderful management. And then, with due respect to Frank, they were poor. So that if that's the blueprint for an iconic, elite £2.5 billion football club to solve a problem, is to go back to somebody that they need to galvanise a fan base with, then there's something lacking. I just think it's lazy. I think it's lazy, formulaic, uninspired. By Bowley, yeah, I do. And I think for Frank Lampard, you're a lucky boy. You've got an opportunity out of the ether.
Reactions, interviews and highlights. Like, subscribe and tap that notification bell.